Okay, I think we are live. I hope we are live. I will see this in 7 seconds. I would like to say hello to you people. Hello, 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 and welcome to Eastern Marshlands. This is the stream where I just do a Sapply compass, political compass test. And I hope you will be enjoying this. Oh, and people. Uh, First and foremost, I'm sorry, I'm a bit sleepy because it's really late. I'd like to say hi to the chat. What up? I can see all of that. Check out description. There is a bunch of awesome shit here, including our book club towards New Socialism on 8th of October. Check out our social media links, our website, um, www.easternmarshlands.com, and don't forget to support us on Patreon. Shout out to our Patreons. And tonight we will be doing a Sapply political compass test. For people who don't know, it's one of the dope ones. Basically, political compass tests are just the cancer of the political internet, to be honest. And in my opinion, this one is one of the good ones, if I may say so, because not only uh, it doesn't treat authoritarianism as reactionary shit, which is really important because you can be authoritarian but not be reactionary. Um, and we will let's check it out. Let's check out the test because I've done it some time before, and it was a long time ago, and I would love to do it once again. So I see you can see the chat over here. I'm reading it. What up, peeps? I'd love to see you all over here, and I'll be. Feel free to ask any questions. If the stream will have issues, let me know because I'm doing this OBS stuff, and I have no idea how to work with it. I sort of made it work, so let me know if the stream is alright. Alright, let's get down to it. Okay, the first um, 3 pages of questions are on the economic, on like different themes. This one is economic. Freedom of big business is the best practical way a society can prosper. Oh, no. Because big business is the thing. Oh, strongly agree. Fuck, strongly disagree. Because big business, in my opinion, is the thing that really crushes many social reforms and economic reforms or any freedoms on the basis of corporate incomes. Charity is a better way of helping those in need than social welfare. No, I worked with charity organizations. They are just cancer because it's really, if you think that charity has less bureaucracy than social welfare state stuff, you have no idea how charity operates. Charity operate. They're just terrible. I believe that we need to create a society where we don't need charities at all. If you don't agree with me, look at what is happening in the United States with all of those crazy floods and shit, like in the South, in Texas, and in Florida, and we see that all of those good charities are really failing, especially Red Cross, one of the most respected ones. Let's move to the next question. Organizations. Oh, I'm sorry, I have a runny nose and it's pretty late, so I'm keeping it low in my voice, but I hope you can hear me. Organizations and corporations cannot be trusted and need regulating by the government. Strongly agree, but I believe that there is no need for corporations. But again, I will say kinda agree because organizations can be. Oh well, it's all the economy, so they mean only um, Eugene, do not look up dream meanings. Oh, do I look up dream meanings? I don't. I don't look up because I rarely have any dreams. For some reason, I just black out and then wake up and go to work. That's it. Um, so let's say strongly agree on this point. I don't have a dream journal. I know that some insane people you create dream journals to try to remember their dreams better so that they can have lucid dreams. But in my opinion, it's just insane. I don't do that. A government that provides for everyone is an inherently good idea. Yes, it's kind of agree. Um, I believe that the government that provides for everyone is a good idea. But again, I believe that the only if this I'll say strongly agree because it's the same shit. Basically, I believe that if the government operates in a way that it makes um, different sub um, institutions of the society self fulfilled, basically, if every single region of a state is self-sufficient, um, it's good, and we should strive for as much self-sufficiency as possible. And if this government is doing this, not centralizing power to accommodate the needs of the many um, for the sake of destroying the autonomies, it could be good. So, a welfare system doesn't go far enough towards removing inequality. I completely agree with this. A welfare system is dope. It's good to have free healthcare, but it doesn't change a lot of shit that really needs fixing in our society. Wages are always fair, as big businesses know best what the workers' labor is worth. No, because even big businesses don't decide on what the workers' labor is worth, because it is job market that decides that. And I believe that we should have a system that bases um, the the pay of the workers based on how much they produce value. So I strongly disagree because wages need to be abolished in general. Is it human nature to be greedy? No, I don't think so. I I, I kind of disagree. I think it's normal to it's human nature to provide as much as possible for yourself to um, put yourself in a position where you could be like well off and sad, but in many ways this result it's not that it's human nature to be greedy. It's just that when you have a society that is deprived on a lot of basic stuff and a lot of advanced stuff, and they live in a society where they um, are made to be jealous of other people because some people have it good and you don't have it as good as someone else. This is where greed is created. It's not human nature, it's capitalist nature to be greedy. Land should not be a commodity to be bought and sold. I completely agree with that. Yeah, like, just yes, land should not be sold and bought. It belongs to everyone. Hello, Rosa Beppis 420. All industry and the bank should be nationalized. Yeah, yeah. Yes, there is no need for private property. Private property should be abolished. Nationalized, question of what nationalized is. I believe full nationalization is a legit way towards democratic socialism in terms of but again it's not the whole deal. If you do this, it's just a part of the puzzle. You need to have institutions of democratic management of those industries and banks as well. Exploitation is an outdated term, as the struggles of 1800's capitalism doesn't exist anymore. I completely disagree. Like, it's still a legit thing. Like, it's the same shtick. Nothing has changed, to be honest. It's just that we went global, and the first world can have better shit now, but doesn't change the fact that exploitation is still a thing. Communism, question mark, what do you mean by that? Oh, communism in this context being the concept of classless, stateless, and moneyless society, is an ideal that can never work in practice. I completely disagree. Like, we have been creating artificial boundaries, we have been destroying artificial boundaries in the society for since the creation of the society. Like, you may be from the family of a priest, but it doesn't determine what you are today. Why would anything else determine that? If we could abolish this, we can abolish everything else. I believe communism is possible. Taxation of the wealthy is a bad idea. Society would be better off without it. Wait, what? Taxation of the wealthy is a really good idea. Strongly disagree. We should tax the wealthy tremendously. I believe there is a system that was proposed by many democratic socialists and revolutionary socialists alike. That Orwell also wrote about it. Basically, they all propose that the lowest paid person in the country and the highest, um, like for example, let's say the lowest paid person is paid X amount of money, let's say, the richest person should have 10 times X max, nothing but not more. It is a legitimate system, that could be discussed. I believe it's actually dope. What up, Patrick? Um, let's move on. The harder you work, the more you progress up the social ladder. I completely disagree with that. I know many hardworking people um, that work, but they can't progress up the social ladder, basically on the basis of their of who they are born. Like it could be race, it could be class, it could be income, it could be place of birth. Many of hardworking people getting screwed because capitalism doesn't care about how hardworking you are. It cares about how much you cost on the labor market. Um, Class is the primary division of society. I'm Marxist. I agree. Um, I won't go much in this one. Economic inequality is too high in the world. Yes, yes. It's insane how huge it is. Okay, state and the people. Okay, let's get down to business. This is where a bunch of authoritarian reactionaries are getting screwed. This is when the Nazballs are getting will unsubscribe from the channel. The government should be less involved in the day-to-day life of the citizen. I strongly agree with that. Government should stay out of my business, and I will stay out of my government's business. I believe that too much of this involvement could result in terrible shit, like tremendous shit. I believe the government should have should have power to defend itself against reactionary forces, against, if we talk about like a socialist state, against reactionary forces, counter-revolutionary forces. It's legit against like spies of the evil capitalists. Yeah, but not against its own citizens, because we had the whole fucking Stalinism shit about it. Like, it's not dope. Sometimes it is right that the government may spy on its citizens to combat extremists and terrorists. Who defines this? Like, who defines extremists and terrorists? Um, and spying on the citizens, I don't think it's good. I think, um, and by spying here, I mean that being unaware that you are being watched. Like, having cameras in the streets is okay because you know that there are cameras in the streets, and this really prevents many atrocious shit from happening, and many of other, and helps you if the crime is still happening. It helps you to track the person who committed the crime. But I believe there is no need for extremists and terrorists in a society that accounts for that is democratic, in the place where people can actually discuss the grievances and can actually deal with them better than in capitalist society. We would have less of this. There would still be extremism and terrorism, I can assure you. Socialism is not a utopia. It's still a society with its ills, but I believe that spying is not good. So I say strongly disagree. Authority figures, if morally correct, are a good thing for society. I kinda disagree. I believe that having a cool guy in charge is cool. Like, I would never say that Burkina Faso was a terrible country because they had a morally correct person in charge, or Cuba. You know, it's all good in the hood, but it all comes to the point when this person dies or had a change of mind, or there are some things that this one person cannot do. I believe democracy, in terms of the direct rule of the people and direct exploitation of the people by the people on democratic basis of basic socialism, um, only works well if you don't have such authority figures in general. Authority figures are spooks, to be honest. Strength is necessary for any government to succeed. Yes, I kind of agree. But again, I tend to question strong government, strong and stable stuff, Because what does it mean? Like, it's too vague in my opinion, but again, it's political compass tests. They are vague on the purpose, and I say kinda agree because strength can be the necessary for success, but it can also result in failures of the government because it becomes a bureaucratic hellhole. Soviet Union. Only the government can fairly and effectively regulate organizations. No, um, maybe. Um, Again, what are organizations? It would say like the just people getting together and trying to do stuff. Maybe. Oh, it's really. What do they mean? Are they talking about private property? That government should regulate it. I would say no opinion because I really don't know what the question is about. And that's why I'm going to ignore it. Without democracy, a society is nothing. I completely agree with that. And we should go towards more democracy than less democracy. Jury nullification should be legal. Oh, jury nullification is a pretty interesting concept. How do they explain it here? Okay, jury nullification is simply put the act of jury ruling a convict innocent despite the evidence proving them guilty. This is done in protest to an unfair law, but currently it's indirectly illegal to do so in most countries. Mm, I believe that jury nullification should not be illegal. Should be legal. I strongly agree. I believe that what's the point in having jury if they can't have opinions on those things? I do understand that, oh, they can't have laws, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But again, jury nullification should still spur debate in the society, like, if there is a case where jury nullification happens. But if it happens, then there is, like, if 20 random people, 12 random people decide to say, you know what, we'll set this guy free, and they are gathered together for this exact purpose to decide the fate of this person, they should be allowed to do this. Um, the smaller the government, the freer the people. Uh, I don't know. Yes, I guess so. I will kinda agree with this, but again, it doesn't mean that government shouldn't do stuff. Because if government don't do stuff, there is no communism. You know me, I'm for communism. Government should do stuff. But again, mm, the government should strive for being smaller and smaller. But the organizational value that workers' government provides is just amazing. Like, it shouldn't be ignored. And I believe that it should strive for becoming less and less big, and there are ways to do this. And we will discuss some of them in our discussions on towards new socialism. I've started the book; it's pretty amazing, and you should check it out as well, even if you don't want to watch us discuss the book. But yes, the smaller the government, the freer the people. But government is still a good thing. As things are right now, society requires structure and bureaucracy in order to function. Right now, society needs structure and bureaucracy. Oh, I kinda disagree. I believe that most of the problems that we have today is because of structure and bureaucracy. Well, you know what? Even fully disagree. Like, strongly disagree. Because we don't need it, to be honest. Like, there is no need for many aspects of current democracies that we have today to actually um, have a giant state apparatus to operate it. There is no need for that. Um, many things are getting squished by many things that people really need and support are getting squished by the structure and bureaucracy that everybody likes so much. Like, for example, free healthcare in America. People want it, people can't get it because of the structure and bureaucracy. Not, not like it, it is the enemy that doesn't allow for dope things to happen. Mandatory ID should be used to ensure public safety. I kind of agree, but again, I'm not a huge fan of tracking, but I wouldn't go as far as to ban like not having mandatory IDs. I just don't think it's a big deal today. Maybe I'm just normalizing the government's oppression. Let me know in the comments. Government should only provide emergency services and law enforcement, no more. I completely disagree with that. Government is a force of change, and it is an institute. It should become the institution of the people, institution that of the workers' democracy, workers' supremacy. In terms of crisis, safety becomes more important than civil liberties. I kind of agree. I believe that in terms of war, every single part of the civil society becomes a weapon in itself. Newspapers become weapons of information war, and everything becomes a weapon. And it has been a thing. It has been like this for centuries, and it will go on to be like this for centuries until the wars are finished. But um, again, we shouldn't cross certain like a border behind which it's just like destruction and pain and terrible shit. Um, Meaning governments just suppressing every every opposition, every single thing, just for the sake of like safety. Um, Police was not made to protect the people, but to uphold the status quo by force. Completely agree with this, and you can look it up. Police is the institution that prevents workers' organizations and protects the status quo of the property holders. State schools are a bad idea because our state shouldn't be influencing our children. Uh, I disagree. I kinda disagree because state should be redefined. It should be the will of the people, not the will of the bourgeoisie. Like, if we create a state that is democratic and is made by the people for the people, then it wouldn't be a huge deal. But again, it is possible that like state schools can be bad because for but not for those reasons, to be honest. Like, I think that it's not a bad thing. Like, you can still, if you're a child and you're like in a terrible society that suppresses free will and Orwell is rolling in his grave, oh my god, then children still rebel. Like, no, get fucked, you commie shit. Communism only works on paper. Yes, and that's why we should. That's why I want to make Paper Mario a reality. Mm, okay. What else? Marx loves capitalism. Yeah, I also like capitalism, but I don't think we should have it anymore. Hitler called himself a social pessimistic misanthrope. Shout out to this guy. He's amazing. Uh, what up? If you have nothing to have it, you have enough. Fuck off, government. Get out of my fucking emails and my hentai re-submit. Okay, final part. We will test your opinion on various civil rights issues, placing you on a scale from progressive to conservative. Oh, those progressive. Homosexuality is against my values. Completely disagree. Um, Being gay is dope. Be gay. Transgender. I won't go really deep on this shit because it's really annoying to like go through the fucking why being gay is okay thing. We live in it like in 2017. You shouldn't be bothered with it too much. Even if you like, if you are, fuck off. If you don't, get in and help peeps, because there are some people who are really bothered about it. That's all of my opinions on civil rights issues. Transgender individuals should not be able to adopt children. I completely disagree. They should. Why wouldn't they? Why? Okay, so okay, wait. We all hate it when the government gets in our porn anime books. Completely disagree. More like facts. Agree. Um, to consenting individuals should be able to do whatever they want with each other, even if it makes me uncomfortable. I completely agree. Why not more than two individuals? Oh, an individual's body is their own property, and should be able to do anything they decide to it. Yeah, strongly agree. Because fuck off. Like, it's your body. Do whatever. Like, why would I be bothered with someone else's body? If they want to destroy it, go ahead. If you want to make it dope, go ahead. Like, whatever. Drugs are harmful and should be banned. I kind of disagree. There are some drugs that are really fucking harmful, but we shouldn't ban them outright. We should restrict them, because like there are some shit that is really terrible. But if we legalize and decriminalize most of the other stuff, it won't be a huge problem. Um, and yeah, pessimistic misanthrope is our guy. He's not a reactionary, so Zombo, Zo 666, don't be triggered by him. He's okay. Um, so, by the way, sub Bozozo 666. Death penalty should exist for certain crimes. Completely disagree. No, 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 strongly disagree. Yeah, death penalty should be abolished, because if we kill some dude that's innocent, what will you do about it? You can't bring him back. Non-violent crimes should still be punished. Yes, kinda agree, but not in a rough way. If you're like breaking the law in a non-violent way, you're still dealing harm. To like again, what's his non-violent crimes? Maybe I'm really I don't know maybe, but if the you didn't harm anyone, that's what they meant. Maybe you don't. I don't have an opinion on this. Fuck it. Without religion, one cannot be moral. Fuck off, mom. Parents should hold absolute power over their children, as they are older and more experienced. No, strongly disagree. Not for these reasons, at least. Like, you just children are not your property. They have rights. Uh, a person should be able um, to worship whomever or whatever they want. What up, Rosmael Ferrero? Um, Laws as books? Yeah, sort of. But again, we're sort of trying, like, laws are sort of justified hierarchies that we try to um, try to impose on the society, not for it not to fall apart. About the worship question, kind of agree, but again, yay atheism. I'm rational. Say yeah, boy, yeah, boy. I woke my cat up. I woke Rosa up. Yo, Rosa, chill. Okay, my cat is sleeping now. Stop provoking me, dude. I woke up my cat. Okay, so let's move on. Nudism is perfectly natural. Uh, I kind of agree. I'm sorry. Yes or no. I don't have an opinion on nudism. I believe that um, basically sexualization of bodies is on one side harmful, on the other side is natural as well. Like someone should explain me the whole thing about defetishization of bodies and stuff like this, because it's a question that I haven't explored myself perfectly well. Rosa, hi. The chat has says hi. How many people do we have on at the moment watching? Where do I see it? I can't see it. Give me a second. Maybe I can do this from here. Oh, the stream is in terrible condition, my peeps. It says, um, I have no idea how to track the amount of people that are actually on the thing, and I think it gives out um, not a real thing, not a real data. Okay, whatever. Um, this sounds like I'm getting in a huge trap. I won't say this because I want to finish up with the test. Um, Actually, John, what up? Compass, more like compass. I completely agree. Um, so, pessimistic misanthrope had some input on the nudism question. He claims it is perfectly natural, and that he says that I wear clothes so my tits won't flop around. Though, exactly. Like, I'm not really sure about the whole thing, but oh, 9 people, dope. And it's It's for 4 dimensions. It's four. Oh, it's 3 dimensional. Wait, 4 dimensions? 4 dimensional. What's the fourth dimension that you believe we should put in actually down? What's the fourth thing that the political compass lacks? Um, Dance with penis. The chat is amazing today. I love to see all of your peeps here. Um, okay, let's move to animal deserve certain universal rights. Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, we shouldn't make animals people, but I believe treating animals like a dick should be outlawed, and you should go to fucking. You should, like, suffer real consequences if you actually go out there and harm animals for entertainment because it's just fucking stupid and is dangerous and is not good. I think animals should be protected. Gender is a social structure, not a natural state of affairs. Strongly agree. Fuck it. Gender. Multiculturalism is bad. Strongly disagree. Like, fuck it. What up, only bro? 555? Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Gender? Multiculturalism is bad? Fuck off, Nazi. Laws based on cultural values rather than ethnic ones aren't just. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Laws based on cultural values rather than ethical ones aren't justice. Yeah, if in your culture it is normal to abuse people, uh, it's not good. Like, no. Like, it's not okay. Like, yes, I know, for example, Muslims, or let's say Romulla people, are prosecuted by as right wing. They're oppressed, but they have if a person they have some weird stuff in terms of the like weird traditions, um, and if some person wants to not follow the traditions, but they can't based on the cultural value, um, fuck that. We have ethics and we have sort of like laws that created to um, accommodate for the people. So fuck it. So Chad is asking, well, will I have guests tonight? Not tonight. We'll have a podcast quite soon, and there we'll be talking about what the new Belarus and ex-Soviet countries news. There is some dope shit to talk about. Um, I'm not really sure whether I'll be able to record tomorrow. Maybe the day after tomorrow. Um, we'll see. It's really late, people. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so yes. Wait, cultural. Yes, I strongly agree. Cultural values are spooks, literally. And the last question: autonomy of body extends to even to minors, mentally ill, and serious criminals. Yes, because mentally ill is a debatable question. Why would serious criminals lose their humanity? And kids are people as well. So fuck off from my body, re-government or society, I guess. Strongly agree. We don't have PayPal to donate, but you can charge in the money on our Patreon, and people you can support us on Patreon. You can pay as little as $1 per month, and we would be really happy if you do. And all the links are in the description. Submit. Results. Oh shit, what up? So, okay, this is the results we have in here. This is where I am. Oh, um, I knew that I'll be here-ish and here-ish. I know that I'm on the quite anti-authoritarian left. Um, I know that I am basically on the level of like I'm really a cultural Bolshevik. I'm really near the ascended cultural Bolshevik level. But I was previously I was a bit higher up in terms of authority. Now I'm moving more and more closer to anarchism. Um, oh, by the way, pessimistic Mr. You can still like give us $1 per month using your PayPal and like whatever. I have a PayPal, but like I'm not really sure whether you can just send money over there. Um, I don't consider myself an anarchist. I'm still a Marxist. I still subscribe to Marxian thought, and I still describe myself as a Trotskyist. But again, it's really a complex thing. It's really silly to subscribe yourself to this kind of thing and just say that this is the end all uh, political theory because it's not. And it's still a good way to have a general understanding of where your politics are. And I sort of agree with this compass. This is where I thought I am. Um, you want me to play Geo Goiza? I will at least Google this, people. Um, and so I agree with this. I agree with this, and I like this is where I am. I'm still a trot. I'm still the only trot in the oh this thing. Yeah, I know this game. I don't think I will be playing it today. But because we're having this whole political thing. But it's a cool game. Thanks for reminding me of the name. I will check it out after the stream. So basically, I am just a Marxist that is suspicious of government going fully insane, and that's why I'm here. You know, on the political compass, I guess. Um, it's here. It is. Here is my results. And I think that you can share your results in the comments. Tell me what you think of different political tests because I have already done two. The previous one gave me basically an ANCOM. Like the eight values test told me that I'm ANCOM, but I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not an ANCOM. Um, but here I am, quite low on the stain, but I'm still a Marxist. So I think we should end the stream now. And I would like to thank every single person who is in the chat. You're really dope. I hope you will stick around for um, the next week. This week we will. Oh, I don't know when I will be able to post it. I hope on Tuesday the podcast will be up. We will talk about a bunch of shit, but a bunch of dope shit. And yeah, like if you state is necessary evil, I see it too. I believe that we can have a state that could be the force of good if it is controlled by the democratic apparatus as much as possible, But again, we do require terrible shit in the government because, like you know, imposing the authority. Because yes, I love you too, pessimistic, and I love the chat. And now I will have to figure out how to kill it, how to kill the stream. It was really fun to do this test. It was fun to talk to you, chat. I love you all. Don't forget to check out the links. Our Patreon or the Sapply Compass. It's linked in here. Our website. Check it out. Um, Cafe ZAPATISTA. You carrying if you want to support both Antifa and become a leaving George Soros and support Zapatistas in Chiapas, Mexico at the same time, you should donate towards New Socialism, 8th of October. Check it out. Here's the PDF, the SoundCloud and iTunes links, and our email, where you can just send hate mail. And this is my Twitter, social media everywhere, but I'm mostly on Twitter. You can find me at Eugene on Twitter. Okay, peeps. It was fun to have you. with me talking about this shit. I hope you are having a good day. I hope to see you in the next one. On this, I will be stopping the stream. Goodbye.